venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002. There's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the New England Patriots. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway in Foxborough. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Patriots, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. The coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing Jones. That's caught by Waller out left side. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Jones. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And he will have a Giants 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with career touchdown number 70. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Strong. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down. Here's Strong once more. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. The Patriots at 11-5 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's puts it on the carpet. It's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Right side and caught by Kohler. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Gano now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Giants 17, Patriots nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. Quick completion to Henry.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. Here's a screen play. This is Strong. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. This one swung outside to Strong. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Back to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. George Pickens with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. He gets this to Thornton. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyquan Thornton, 87 yards. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Jones throwing on first down. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw again. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And some room to work. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Jones, a final shot before break. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty... They get it up past the 30. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is born. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The Patriots send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Jackson. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They go play action here on 1st down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And Jones going to keep once more. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darren Waller. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Jones now on 3rd down. Gets it to Strong. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From the 41, Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Jones. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And this one complete to Doolin. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This one to Bourne out on the left side. Finding space at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath and
the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. Throwing Jones. Touchdown! Darren Waller with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Down to about the 45.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A first down carry for Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Jones. On the out route, he's got Thornton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the loss means they'll finish at 11-6 overall. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.